And then obviously the video's going kind of slow too.
My shadows, shedding skin. I've been picking scabs again. I'm down, digging through my soul's looking for a clue. I've been crawling on my belly, clearing out what could have been. I've been following my own confusing, insecure delusions, but I choose to cross me over, or our words guide me in. I wanna feel the changes coming down.
Well, people are seeing it though.
Yeah.
My shadow, changes coming through my shadow. My shadow, shedding skin. I've been picking my scabs again. I've been crawling on my belly, clearing out what could have been. I've been wallowing in my own chaotic, insecure delusions. I wanna feel the change done to me, feel the outside turn me in. I wanna feel the metamorphosis and everything I've endured in. My shadow, change is coming. Now is my time. Listen to my muscle memory. Contemplate what I've been clinging to. 46 to a enemy. I choose to live into, grow, take and get into, move, learn and love into, cry, care and try to be paranoid to lie, hate and fear to do what it takes to prove. I choose to live into, lie, kill and give into, die, learn and love into, do what it takes to prove. See my shadow changing, touching nothing over me. Soften this old armor, hoping I can clear the way by stepping into my shadow. Walk jumping out the other side. Step into my shadow. Walk 46.
All right, man. Yes. What is going on? Sorry about
So
the late.
GP.
What's up now? Hey, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Gerald Peters. This is my good friend Jess. And we're here to talk stocks, man. Is that what we're here to do?
Yeah. I was
We
looking
call
at a
this-
tree.
You see my little design? I kind of like the.
The fire.
Hopefully you can hear me. My mic came.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. See how I got the fire and the dollar sign down here?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Angelica, what's up?
What's up, Angelica?
Man, got the guitar.
Yeah.
EB.
What's up, Ethan?
I don't know who's E.co. Is that a name change?
Maybe, or someone new.
All right. Someone says Bitcoin Cash is on the move. That's nice. Let's see. All right. So a bunch of people in here. Hey, hit the QR code if you're not on our email list. You know what to do. You can get on them right there. If there's any article lists or something you wanted to drop, remember to do that.
Okay.
Let me see. I want to.
Push higher from the lows, quote, the most hated rally. Tom Lee joins us, Fundstrat Global Advisors, Head of Research and CIO, joins us here at Post 9. Tom, it's great to have you back.
Yeah, great to see you all.
Why do you think it's been so hated? Because April was so sort of near death?
Yeah, I think it's hated because not only was it near death, but it was a dire
What happened in April?
The tariff crash.
Tariff crash. That's right. That we were liberated.
Yeah.
economic
Obliterated.
that in people's minds is still unresolved, and yet the markets have rebounded the entire decline and actually now approaching all-time highs. So it's been too fast, and I think a lot of people liquidated and then never got back in.
Which part was too fast? The rally or the April lows?
Both. It was a waterfall decline.
Yeah.
And we look back since 1900, of the 12 waterfall declines previously, almost all are V-shaped bounces, except for 2022. So I think it aligns with history. But even on my way here, someone stopped me and said that they're just a person who watches CNBC says they're still bearish. They don't understand why markets have rebounded. I think the majority of people are bearish.
You know how dumb that sounds?
Yeah.
Market is going up.
But the majority of people are apparently bearish.
They're bearish. What point do you realize you're wrong?
Who's he
And
hanging out with that they think is bearish?
Or, yeah, who are they hanging out with that told them, you know what, I bet you can predict where it goes? You know, I mean, I don't know, man. I can't comprehend getting all out of the stock market.
Definitely not.
No, and yeah, like you said, I wonder who they're listening to that would cause them to do that. It's crazy to me.
People stop you on the street to tell you that they're still
yes.
bearish?
And then what do you say when they say they're still bearish? Do you?
We say bye, right?
Yeah. What do you tell this person?
Well,
You
this
probably
per-
love that.
this person watches CNBC because he was telling me that he's like
many
doesn't-
people watch CNBC.
A lot of
Tom.
people.
Many. Yes.
Yes.
We get stopped
hope
all the
so.
time.
Yes.
But what did you say in response to I'm still bearish?
Well, they said PEs are too high, and I said, but the 10-year can come down because Powell thinks there's inflation risk premium in the 10-year yield. And if that comes down, then PEs aren't expensive.
So I do wonder with that as your bull view that rates can come down. So I mentioned the weaker jobless claims to
All right. So last week we had jobless claims, and they came in at like 137, or was it 147? Anyway, they were.
Yeah, 137. They were like higher than expected.
I think they were expected to be 130, right?
Yeah.
But if employment is strong, they won't lower interest rates.
So keep them the same.
Yeah, but Trump wants it lowered. to, offset the inflation he's causing with the tariffs.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. It feels like to me, if the president is insisting that rates go down, that maybe the rates will end up going down, and I would be on the side that the market's going to go up. It's a short ride for Eddie C. Have been in and out.
Since 2020. So his name's Eddie C.
Okay. Should remember. I'm getting old, Eddie. It's been a long ride. So we were just listening to that. MGK, he's, what do you say? It's been a long ride, so roll one up for me.
Yeah.
We're doing this one for Money T. It's not the rates. Let's see what he says. My man, TKW says, not the rates that are the problem. It's the price of the homes. Is that the problem?
Or maybe the amount of homes that are out there.
NVIDIA on a 1 minute chart. I'm doing a little day trading on it. Everything's kind of going my way right now. Me and Jess were talking and I forgot that I was trading. That happens more often than you would think.
Are you back in the green now?
No, not yet. Let's see. I'm up a little bit. That's NVIDIA. I've been day trading that for a minute. I like trading that one. Let's move this over a little. Boom. Is that gonna work? Let me see. Yeah, that'll work. It says, imagine all those big hedge fund bears started switching to bulls because of FOMO. Yeah, that could happen here soon. All right, we're gonna look at Tree earlier.
Yeah, I added to Tree, and after you.
Tree was one of the trades of the week, wasn't it, or runner-up?
Yeah.
Put on here, Doji reversal bar Friday 30 May. New swing trade on the 2nd of June. $62 fair value, way up here. First target is 52. That's a hell of a ways up, huh?
Yep.
I don't see us getting there. Well, I mean, it's done it before.
It's done it before.
Yeah. Man, look at this ugly channel over here. Jeez. So, yeah, I don't know. I like it. We got 3 dojis right there in that stage 1 box. If you're new to using the TSI, this is exactly what you're looking for, that curl on the TSI right there.
Yeah, across 2, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, the cross confirms it, but it's kind of like going from stage 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Right when it curls, man, and you get the histogram ticking in your direction, that's the pattern. That's what we're looking for. So we like Tree. If rates do come down, you're going to see these stocks take off, man. Rocket Mortgage, Tree, maybe some of the business development companies like PNNT. These guys are lenders, commercial lenders.
Mm-hmm.
PSEC, they're in that.
What's going on over there? You got someone locked upstairs?
New Orleans. There's people literally right here having a drink, just having a party right in front of my door. I haven't told you about the crazy guy that pulled knives on that, did I? Or did I?
No.
Twice now, same guy.
Wow.
He's terrorizing people in our neighborhood. Let's see.
So you had to pull your knife out? You didn't just run inside?
No, he came at me. He was jumping on cars, going from hood to hood.
What the hell?
Smashing on him. And when I came by, I yelled at him to get off the car. And he turned toward me and started like yelling like a fucking zombie.
and he
Oh my
jumped
God,
off.
maybe he was on meth.
That's what I was afraid of. And it's right there at the bar, right next to my house. I just walked outside. I heard it. And then I
Yeah.
walked down there, and I got about halfway to the bar there, and he came. He just stood up, jumped off the car, starts to like come at me, and let's check Bitcoin here on we're a 3-minute chart on Bitcoin, and we're seeing Bitcoin's at 108,507. We're melting up, man.
Would you add to BITX here?
Would I add to it? No. Oh well, yeah. I'm on a daily chart, I guess. I'm
Yeah,
trading
on daily.
30-minute chart, and I've got 6 Bitcoin, 6 contracts. So we'll see what. Doing pretty good on that. Done pretty good trading futures this week. Yeah, he started to come, man, and I pulled out both of them, and I was like, bro, I do not want to fucking put you down.
Yeah.
And he starts screaming at me to be nice.
You'd just call the police and run inside?
No, he was going to die right there on the streets. I told him that. I own from that corner to that fucking corner. This whole block is mine. I told him, you come through, I swear. I told him, because he stopped, and I looked at him, I said, I swear to God, I am fixing to cut you to pieces. You will not survive this. I'm trying to talk to him so he'll leave, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you so mean? Starts crying
Oh my God.
and walking toward me, though, still. And so I'm yelling at him to just stop. I don't want to stab him, you know? And I have 2 of them. I have them inside, too, like I'm fucking fixing to go ninja on him. And just
Oh
that
my God.
hear and the neighbor over here pulled out a shotgun, and his friend pulled out a pistol, and they come out. So now we got me and them. So we got 2 guns and 2 knives and 3 people.
God.
And he's like, you guys are assholes. It's like, no.
It's crazy. The neighbor came out with their shotgun.
He came out with guns, man. And ever since, he's been my friend, man. Like, yeah. Because I thought me and him he was going to come at me, even though I had knives. So anyway, handled that. But I've run into him 2 or 3 times now.
Where was Anthony? Anthony was inside?
No, they were. Yeah, it was like late at night. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Wow. Yeah, you got to tell them beware of that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not out walking around at night, you probably won't see him.
Yeah. So you've ran into him on different streets?
Yeah, I ran into him over by Molly's too.
Was he climbing the hoods of the car?
He was going through trash cans, knocking them over and shit.
Oh my God.
But he's like 25 years old.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 10 years younger than you. He's in great shape too. Like, he's a white dude, and he's like thick, dude.
Yeah.
Not fat, thick, like muscular.
Thank God the neighbors came out with guns.
Yeah. Well, then he just started crying. So he's on some drug. I don't know what drug he's on that makes him act like that, but that makes him so emotional.
Sounds like meth.
It
I
could
don't
be.
know.
I just haven't seen a lot of people on meth cry like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, nobody wants to hear my
Yeah, that's really weird.
run-ins with the local crazies. So Bitcoin's melting up. That's good news. We like Tree here. Really wanted to bring you at least one good trade. We like Tree. I was asking Jess what was her favorite.
What about Uber? The 2X Uber.
And he just took mine. Yeah, the 2X Uber. If you guys don't know, if you go over to the home page at stockcharts.com, look to the left, you can go to public chart list. You can get the money flow trade ideas one over there. Some of these stocks I have in there twice, and some of them is because I marked different things on the charts. But some of these charts I need to update. Let's see. I got a whole bunch of Bitcoins in the front here.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
You said Uber, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got some new symbols in here that I haven't talked much about, like TEM, TEM, and 10, TEN.
Yeah, I saw those.
Let's see. So let's look at Uber, the regular. Oh, yeah, we're running, huh? Nice. So that's
Yeah, I just added shares.
to the Uber or the 2X.
The 2X.
So what she's talking about there on the 2X is the UBRL, Granite Shares ETF Trust, to 2 times leverage. Pretty cool. I don't mind the
And I added to AAPU.
that's what I was going to bring up next. AppU. Look at UPS. It's still viable, man.
Yeah.
Look how far it is from the 200.
Yeah, it might stop like right there at 107.
Yeah. Oh, the bot. Yeah, yeah. She's looking at this right here because this is anytime you get these gap zones, like or just a base like that, you can see it clear as day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And then the one up here is support here and becomes resistance here. So yeah, this is probably going to be resistance on the way up, but I imagine the RSI will be extreme there. You know, and that'd be the normal.
Yeah.
That's UPS. It's not really on my board. Do you own any UPS?
No. Not yet, at least.
Probably should have there. Oh, Exxon. So we've been tracking these oils. I feel like we've been on it, huh?
Yeah.
God damn, this one was so easy. So I'm in Chevron, and we're in a bunch of them.
ConocoPhillips.
Look at this support zone, though. I mean, you got where it fell down a little bit, came right back into the box.
Yep.
Look at this, man. So you know it's going to get hung up. We can look at this chart and see that it respects those levels. I guarantee on the way up, it stops right in here, right? Like 109.
Mm-hmm.
Puts in a few bars. And then if the oil's going to keep going, it breaks through, you know, it'll run up into, we would assume it goes to the next previous high.
That's the one we put in the Peters report last night in the Substack letter.
The 1817 range, 118.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me check Chevron. Is Oxy moving up? Woo! Even Oxy's joining the party.
Yeah, ConocoPhillips broke out.
Okay, there's that. ConocoPhillips. Okay, little breakout there. And then we got what? Oil U?
Yeah, Oil U broke out.
Nice breakout.
What about
our dividend one?
USOY?
Yeah, that was it. Couldn't think of it. Look at this.
Nice.
That was moving, but it is.
Yeah, I'm still red as hell in it.
Oh, did you pick it up high though?
Probably at the beginning, yeah.
Just think about it. If you pick it up high and then it comes down, and because you're coming down with the market and you get hit with the dividends, ex-dividend days. So how has your second income stream account been doing?
Oh, it's been doing well. Last night I checked my hourly rate, and it went from $4.76 last week to $5.25 this weekend.
50-cent raise, wasn't it?
Yeah, in 1 week.
In 1 week, 50-cent raise per hour, but that's 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one we track it. It makes it fun.
My yearly income went from $41,760 to $46,033.
Yeah, you were buying.
1 week it went up $5,000 per year.
Did you add something that was a big payer or something?
No, I bought, what the heck did I buy last week? Some EIC, PSEC, the MST, the MicroStrategy Weekly. and like some of the weekly funds. And then we got those dividends that tripped out the NAV last week, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, it could be too. Yeah, I collected like 3,600, something like that last week in dividends.
Yeah, for me it was like definitely over 1,000, almost 2,000 last week.
I think
I
Ethan
still
was
have to add up on I still have to add up Fridays.
right. I think Ethan was over 400, which is you go from no
Yeah.
dividend to 400 in a week is pretty nice.
Yeah, the one day we got that USOY dividend, mine was 400 something, so I probably got like 500 that day, and then Thursday night I got like 700 something. I still haven't added up this past Friday night.
Man. Well, Friday night was a big one.
Yeah, I still haven't added that one.
And we had Bido too, right? So
Yeah.
now here's the thing on my, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Somehow I hurt my shoulder, man. Jesus. All right, so invest. So this is a Sky Dweller fund, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this fund is up. Lifetime is 65%.
That's crazy.
But I've been doing it, what, 4 years now? Four and a half?
Yeah.
Adding $25 a day. It's all triple leverage funds. And I've kind of morphed it a little bit as I've gone on, but what was I going to show you? Activity. All right.
The Bido dividend.
What did it buy for $600? Oh,
Are you sure your dividend reinvesting?
I thought I had it turned off. Huh.
Apparently. Okay. I mean, I just bought some more Bido like
Did you?
before we started. Mine's not automatic doesn't automatically reinvest.
Well, I had it on there for a while. It just depends, you know.
Yeah.
I must have set it back when we went stage one.
Yeah.
So I borrowed the money against the three, you know, in there I had the TQQ, the UPRO, the TMF, and originally I had gold, which I, you know, looking back should have kept it, but I, you know, switched that for Bitcoin using Bido. So that would be some sort of dividends. Anyway, I borrowed against the Bido to buy the QQY and the WDTE
Mm-hmm.
and more Bito. So long story short, that collected like $714 for the month. And of course, all that comes to about the same, it comes to literally the same amount as my loan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The interest was $62. You can see it right here.
Yeah, I can see it.
So
62.42.
to collect 712, it cost me $62. I don't understand why everybody wouldn't do that.
Seriously. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So when I meet people and I just want to explain that to them, and they think it's crazy. It's like something from I mean, how could you ever understand it? And it's pretty simple math, you know. I must have it set. Look at all these automatic buys going on.
Yeah, you must have it reinvesting like all the weeklies.
Let's see. Yeah, so anyway, that's that. So
What's up, Sana?
man. So let's see. Oh, and this portfolio, by the way, Let's see. It's showing average monthly income is $658, but that number lags. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
if you go in and look at it, it's always like $50 or $100 behind because it's averaging the new number coming in with the old numbers. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, kind of cool. We'll see how it does. That fund goes up 3 times. So. Auto invest deposit treatment. I must have them individually turned on.
Yeah, you must have the drip on. You probably have to go into each position.
Right. All right, so we're getting a nice run here on NVIDIA. Look at this.
Nice.
Now, this is the target that I had laid out. We'll see if
How do you know?
Yeah, price has been there before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So I'm up $80 in this one, $80, $90. So made that money back. Man. First 2 minutes of trading today, I was up $112.
You did green and go?
Yeah, I just hit the button and it took off 1 bar, 2 bars.
But you didn't green and go after that?
No, I had nowhere to go. Let's see. Oh, you know, something I did want to, we played this on, you know, me and,
As we mentioned, still just a few percentage points from those record highs. Our next guest calls the markets push higher from the lows, quote, the most hated rally. Tom Lee joins us, Fundstrat Global Advisors, Head of Research and CIO, joins us here at Post 9. Tom, it's great to have you back.
Yeah, great to see you all.
Why do you think it's been so hated? Because April was so sort of near death?
Yeah, I think, yeah,
So what did you say?
And then some weakness.
a blip or is at the start of a downturn. And I think the markets are going to be able to suss it out eventually. But I mean, so many stocks are acting well and the guidance has been better that I think it feels more like a blip.
You now have the Granny Shots ETF, GRNY.
Yes.
This was a sort of a framework that you devised a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah, 7 years running. It was originally a core research portfolio called Granny Shots, and now it's
Granny.
ETF.
So what's the construction of it?
Oh, it's real.
It's 34 names, still concentrated, and it's focused on the themes like AI, cybersecurity, automation, monetary policy easing. We're glad it survived the Black Swan event this year because that.
That gap. Yep.
Yes, yeah, and
so he said he's glad they survived.
So this was this technically what happened to crash?
Yeah, so he has his strategy and they have an ETF for it. And he, you know,
It's called
they-
Granny. It's real. Granny Shots, US large cap.
right.
I thought it was fucking joking.
No, that's the ticker. And they were a little shocked when it sold off, much like we were. It wasn't that it sold off, it was how fast that it did it. So
But
that's
is this actually gonna like go in stock market history as a crash? Because like the growth crash in 2022, like when you look it up, it doesn't count as one of the crashes.
why?
I don't know.
I didn't
Like
know
it
that.
says the last stock market crash was in 2020.
Man. All right. Can you see this here? The numbers?
Yeah.
All right. Big number, 709,000. Let's see. So my margin now is count hit 118,000. It fell all the way to 89 during the thing.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I was a little over leveraged. Let's see. I changed the filter view there, and then it'll show me what percentage that is of my account. So I got between CRF, ECC and CLM, it's like 60 something percent.
70%.
Yeah, close, huh?
Yeah. And that in the video, that's your day trade.
And then we go QQY, IWMY, GOF, YMAX, and it starts coming down. Oh, and then the day trade. And I'm only down $52 now instead of 172.
But in the position, it shows you're up 70.
Yep. We'll see how it settles. So the next year dividends come to $90,000. Feels like a lot, right?
Wow. Yeah. You're already at 90,000.
And then we're getting 1,500 and something in dividends over the next. Granny shot is an underhanded free throw in basketball. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm thinking when I see granny shot,
Right.
not an ETF.
Yeah, I just can't get over the size of our dividends, though.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
Yeah.
M1, you received 283 dividends dollars in dividends from 6 holdings.
You did last night?
Oh, it was probably on Friday. But yeah,
Right.
the 286 from M1 on Friday.
TK says his favorite one is YMAX. I bought a little YMAX today.
Yeah, the YMAX one, I feel like it's always a good payment.
The YMAX
Like,
is the whole universe of yield max, right?
yeah, so I feel like you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you couldn't have a version of, I kind of like having lots of positions because some of them could take off and run, and if one crashes, it's not, your whole damn portfolio.
Yeah.
But I've wondered if you just had three number ones, 3 tier ones, maybe max 5 tier ones, 5 tier twos, 5 tier threes. That's it. And if you're going to use YMAX and YMAG right there, you've got a bunch of stocks,
Mhm. Yeah, from when I seen the YMAX usually has a higher dividend than YMAG. Sometimes YMAG's higher, but
not often.
yeah, usually it's YMAX. Like it's like YMAX was never a bad one, I feel like.
Then
Yeah. My YMAX was $14, so I just added YMAX on this recent sell-off during the tariff crash.
let's see. You're in cart, right?
Yeah.
And you're in XYZY.
Mhm.
Now that one's run like you'll see. That one, there's an active manager who's calling the shots on that.
Mhm.
What's up, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
Yeah, I'm doing about the same, TK. I'm doing, I think mine was like 130 or something, 140.
This MST is up 8% just today.
Yeah, no, it was rocking and rolling earlier.
Yeah, it's up 8%.
Now,
Good thing I added MST,
Right.
the Defiance leverage, the weekly income one.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Friday I bought 25 shares to get to 100. Now I'm almost back in the green in that fund.
Very good.
I gotta add some of this YMAX, even though it's probably like 68 RSI.
The YMAX, yeah, no, I think it was 65, 66.
66, yeah.
Now, one thing we've been doing, we've been a little more liberal with adding to those funds and not sticking to a hard swing trader rule, just because those funds tend to drift more,
Mhm.
So anything under 60 RSI, I feel okay adding to. Just because I know it's not going to take off too fast, you know?
Yeah,
Likely not, I should say. Now, I'm not that liberal when we do a trade in there.
definitely not.
Yeah, the trade's got to be right.
Yeah, ARC broke out too.
Yeah. Now, ARC, I left off the newsletters. We just ran out of room.
Yeah,
But Kathy's starting to get a lot of press again.
yeah. Bobo's a stage one.
All the Chinese stocks. Oh, I know what I wanted to cover before we get off. The tree trade I thought was good, but connected to that, I knew it was connected. It was the what is it? XBI.
Yeah, home builders.
Home
Now,
building. Yep. No, it's
XHB.
XHB. Yeah, so this is the S&P Home Builders ETF. It's trading underneath its 200-day moving average, which is at 107. It's trading at 96. That's a good $10 spread. I'm pretty sure it goes there. What do you think?
Yeah,
Then
definitely.
inside of there, you could go and pull up and see what's in that ETF and check it out. You have the Spider Select app.
Yeah,
I don't know if people know about that app. I need to bring it up a little more. It's pretty badass, actually.
yeah. We mentioned it in the homework article.
Do we? Okay.
At least we mentioned it there.
The one we just did? No.
No, the original homework one from the Peters report.
Right. I write so much, dude. I never know what the fuck I'm writing for. Half the time. I mean, which publication, you know?
Yeah,
I was writing the one in there on intent and the inside the newsletter, and I was like, where am I putting this? Like, but I like to write, and I like to write shorter. I like to write, keep them at a, keep them at, what people what? Got people trying to come in. I got a couple kids coming on my training, or they want to talk about trading.
oh yeah.
Yeah, one plays piano, and
Where'd you meet these people?
just out and about in the city. He's a musician.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't want to play piano forever. And I said, well, shit, I can retire you in 12 months.
That fast?
Yeah, they only make like $3,000 a month. What do we need? $40,000?
An assist?
Think about that. Yeah, $40,000, and then the guy doubles his income, and they're living.
Yeah.
They're living now. So, I mean, theoretically, he can. You know, everything would be covered. Then he can just play music gigs that he wants to play.
Yeah, he's not like forced to be there.
It blows my mind how little money a lot of people need, man. A buddy of mine, Drew, was talking about he just needed $1,800. I'm like, $1,800.
For all his bills per month?
And I go, if you got $1,800, you wouldn't come to work tomorrow. He was like, hell no. Because he might be getting that from the VA for disability.
Oh, he was in the Army too?
Yeah, he was Navy.
Oh, the Navy? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I was like, for that, if you were getting $1,800 passive, you would stop coming in. And he was like, in a second. I'm like, bro, if you knew how little money that is.
Oh my God.
Get your freedom. You know?
That's all 1,800? That's all he needs for all his bills?
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if that was like his part and his wife has to come up with her part.
Yeah.
The way people today seem to do it.
Yeah, like it's still half and half.
Yeah, it blows my mind, but I wouldn't sleep with a man that made me pay half. That's just me. But
But she's like, if she's older,
she's older.
she probably makes him pay his half.
Right. So it's their arrangement, you know, whatever. But Okay, let's say they both need 18. It's 3,600. They live in the country, you know. So
Yeah. That's crazy. They live in the country
what I mean that I think that's at about 38,000,
and
40,000 dollars.
they drive all the way into New Orleans every time.
Yep. So now
They
imagine
li-
you can make the same money, but not have to drive the fucking 40 minutes in and 45 minutes back.
Yeah.
Think of the gas you'll save. They're gonna make way more money.
Have they thought about moving to New Orleans?
Yeah, they don't want to.
Oh, really?
Right. They also don't want to retire in 12 months.
But they'd rather live in the country?
Hmm. And be broke and keep driving. As as I try to explain it, they don't want to hear it.
I don't get it.
I don't
Like
either.
how often how many nights are they driving into the city to bartend?
3 or 4.
And then they're just kicking it in the country, just sitting on the couch or sitting in the chair outside.
I mean, whatever people do at home. I mean, probably orgies and all kind of crazy stuff. For Mississippi, they're doing all kind of crazy shit. The
That's where they're from.
yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure they
A
got
lot of people in New Orleans from Mississippi.
yeah, because it's just as broke there as here. That's why they get along. No, these are the poorest places in America, Mississippi and Louisiana. When it comes to education, and that it comes to culture and partying, they do a pretty good job. But when it comes to money and I mean everybody's credit's bad, everything is fucked up here. Nobody's teaching anybody any of this stuff. Nobody has retirement accounts. The entire French Quarter, there's no retirement accounts. No, none of that is a thing here. They don't have Roths. They don't have IRAs. None of that shit is a thing. And the money they're working for is so small.
And then everyone in Mississippi, their biggest highlight is New Orleans.
Yeah.
Damn,
Great.
that's awesome, Blake.
Blake says, doubled the value of my SIS account in 5 months. Love it. That's what I was trying to explain to them. That maybe when I was like, Drew, maybe when I say 25,000 to you, you were like, wow, that's so much. I am telling you, if you get just 5 in there, it starts to, grow, and you start getting addicted to it. And what you think about comes about. What you focus on grows, right?
You're right.
Man. And just like that.
And that's how it doubles in 5 months or 2 months, whatever.
Yep. Yours did that too.
Yeah.
And shit, I went and, when I wanted to get a chunk going, I went and borrowed money and put it in there. I connect the loan payment to the SIS account.
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
Right. After all that being like super red in CLM, I'm in the green 5% in CLM now. And I'm in the green in CRF.
Right. So
I'm up $1,000. Like if I sold now, I'm in the green $1,000 in CLM when I used to be down like 4,000 or 2,000.
right. So the best thing would have been to just get rid of closed-end funds completely, don't you think?
Yeah, just got out right at the bottom, like when I almost sold ECC the day before the crash. Like the crash was like that Monday or
that
Tuesday, and the
happens.
week before, I was looking at
You were
ECC.
thinking about
I was down like 20%.
yeah, because you kept bringing it up.
Now I'm only down 10% in ECC, but I'm back in the green in CLM and CRF.
And how many? You have a shit ton more shares of that seat, right?
Yeah, now I'm at 2,500. Where before during the crash, I was at 1,700. But then we had the rights offering and stuff.
So it fell all the way to like 630 down here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was contemplating like selling it or selling it in half, or at least getting out because I thought I was gonna get a margin call. But then I was like, obviously, this is not the time to do this. Like I talked myself out of it real quick.
Right.
I was just letting you know my thoughts at the time.
Right. And that's good to let them out and let people know. I have those thoughts. And a lot of times once you talk about it, you realize, okay, this is absolutely the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, once you say it out loud, or you say it to someone else.
Yeah, like I think I'm going to sell on a 28 RSI. And then buy
I'm gonna take this huge loss.
What's that?
I'm gonna take a huge loss.
Right at the bottom. I mean, I had several people who DM me, text me, and they were blowing out of their SIS account. I mean, completely blowing out of the account. And it was like the days either before or right there, when it was the bottom. And they were down 20 and 30%. So they had to go. I'm like, why does your income,
I cut Carvana right at the bottom, the Carvana yield max, and now look at it. It's like more than double.
Right. So
but that was a tier 3, so obviously I went in order.
You went in order, right?
Instead of just going straight closing ECC.
Right. No, I'm kind of glad. In a way, I'm kind of glad we had that test because it really put us to the test there.
Yeah.
And it
was way worse than the August 5th Japanese yen crash.
Yes, way worse. It did have me thinking though about hedging more as far as buying puts on the SPY and the Qs maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
So we probably should play with that and roll them forward. We'll see. But anytime you're doing that, the chances are you're just going to lose your money. I mean, you're buying insurance.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael.
You're probably, and that's fine, right? That when you're buying it. But if the market does heat up and drop big like that, that'll really kick those options in, and which when they go up will give you margin, right?
The
problem is trying to get an adequate amount of calls and puts to your balance that it does anything to offset it,
Yeah.
Have to play with it. I'm going to try it in the next correction, the next stage 4, I should say.
Yeah, we should.
And I don't know, the people that got shook out on the very first stage 4, I'm like, really, bro? You were talking about retiring on this. Now the very first stage 4, you're blowing out? Yeah. Come on. Let's see. Yeah. Man, I think we covered about everything. I didn't want to go too long today.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess because being tired, I'm literally typing on Ethan's post that it's fucking good thing we're going into the weekend. It's Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably get some rest.
We got to get with how do we say it here? It's Sona. We're probably saying that wrong.
Sona.
I have to make up a name for her.
Or just see how she pronounces it. It's pretty straightforward name.
That's not as cool as making up one.
Yeah, that's true.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, she was helping me on the Telegram. I think I set it up right. Put her in there as a moderator.
Yeah.
She
told me.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That she volunteered.
We need some moderators in Discord too. I was thinking maybe if we pick someone who doesn't, maybe if they don't speak English, I can't get in an argument.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone that you're not gonna yell at.
Yeah, you have to talk to the moderators.
I mean, I got Google Translator on my phone. I'm used to the translation.
Right.
In Miami here, everyone speaks Spanish. You just gotta whip out Google Translator.
Right. The only time I have problems is when it's not money flow. That's it. As long as it's in the realm of the world of the money flow, it's all good. Talk about whatever you want. The moment it's not, that's a problem. Michael says, finally found your emails and responded today about Discord.
Wow.
Not sure how long that's been. I don't actually check that, Michael, so that's probably someone answering emails in my name. I'm a very important man, and I don't do that. No, I'm teasing. I need help on my emails, though, because I get a bunch. So sometimes anything that's text message or Instagram or YouTube, that's me. Emails may or may not be me. Man, why would anyone walk barefooted in New Orleans on the concrete?
I mean, at least they clean the streets every day, right?
They do, but still, man, between the pee and the needles and the
It's crazy that they literally have to clean them every single day, and they're disgusting.
yeah, well, that's why. I mean, imagine the rats if we didn't clean it every day. So my trash is picked up every day. Every day the streets are swept and sprayed.
Every morning, and
Yeah.
they don't even smell clean after.
Well,
Or
they do.
even
They have a new thing they're using, and it's got like a citrus smell in it.
so you can actually tell if the streets were clean just then?
Oh yeah, and if you run out into it, take a deep breath, you'll almost pass out.
It's that bad?
It's that strong.
It's that strong? Like that, like bleach smell or some shit?
I
Like
try
some
to do
clean
it as
smell?
often as I see it. Yeah. You just run out there right as they go by, and you stand in it because it's just on the top of the street, and it's so strong that it'll, yeah.
So they
Almost,
just put this disinfectant on top of the asphalt? Do they
yeah.
wipe it down? Does the truck, like, wipe it?
No, it sprays it everywhere.
And it just leaves it?
Yeah, yeah. That way it kills
Oh,
whatever's on there. You know, it leaves the smell, so it
yeah,
doesn't.
that before it, like, it was actually, like, scrubbing the streets.
Yeah, they have that thing too. That's just on bourbon most of the time.
Oh, okay, now they just come and spray this disinfectant every
Mhm.
day?
But they have now they're having guys come through with blowers, and they're blowing some shit down the street and then picking it up. So it's a big ordeal now in the city. The mayor, who's supposedly under investigation by the FBI, she hired or fired companies doing it, and then got her brother-in-law coming in. It's just crazy.
That's a lot of cleaning.
Yeah, trash is a big problem in New Orleans.
Like, before it was just scrubbing the streets, now it's like you're spraying disinfectant and you got blowers.
Yeah, I'm thinking about running for mayor.
That's a lot.
I've
When
looked
those
up,
blowers are outside, I would get the fuck inside.
oh yeah, that's terrible. I looked on it. Really, the only requirements are you can't be a criminal, and you have to have lived there for 5 years.
So almost. When did you move there? 2021?
You know, and I like to walk around and talk to people, so I'll just go up and down Bourbon and Canal running for mayor.
You could.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get fucking my first thing I want to do is pay all citizens that don't have a job $1,200 a month. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. So it's just gonna be a lot of giveaways. I'm just gonna have one giveaway after another.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Now they're gonna come with stipulations like mandatory finance training and stuff like that. Yeah. I got big plans, man. Yeah, we'll see. So far, I saw that you have to run. Now it's pretty. And then I'm gonna try to solicit money outside of New Orleans, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna hire all ex-gang members to protect me and go with me. I worked for the health once. I arrived at work only to find the sewage being pumped out the front door due to a clogged pipe. Nice.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross.
It is gross, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Maybe see if I can change the name from like mayor to colonel or general. That's all I got, man. I like Tree and I like the housing trade. I don't know if they play this week. I think maybe they stay stage one, kind of like the oil did. It takes a little bit and then they run. Especially if there's any hint that the Fed's going to lower interest rates. That's what Big Daddy Trump wants. So what Trump wants, he usually doesn't he?
I don't know. Is Jerome Powell going to lower them?
He says probably not. So you
Right,
know,
that's what I'm going to say. Doesn't he not? He doesn't just do what Trump says.
no.
When's
but,
the next meeting?
well, they just did the one, so I guess
Yeah, they just did the
month-
one.
in a
Maybe
month.
next.
So the next meeting they could lower it by.
They could.
Yeah, I think there's about a 65% chance right now.
Okay.
That's not bad, right?
No.
Let's see. Man, I had something I was going to play. I was going to read. I've been I reread The Science of Getting Rich in one read through last night.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
All like 80 pages?
all 80 pages walking.
Oh
So,
my
I mean, I would
god.
walk and stop for a minute, you know, walk and stop.
Yeah.
And it took about two and a half hours.
Wow.
To be fair, though, 2 chapters I listened to
Okay.
because it got really crowded, and I couldn't maneuver through with the book, you know.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to get beat up for being smart, like because it freaks
Definitely
people out.
not.
You have pencils and paper, notebooks,
Yeah.
and you do productive work. It freaks them out here. They watch the Treasury bond yields. The lower they go, the better chance of an interest rate cut. Yeah, that's absolutely true. So we'll see. Yeah, maybe I can run for mayor here. We get other people in MFG to run for mayor in their towns, and we can take over.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'd probably raise money for people to run outside of their town too. So, you got
That'd be
anything?
cool. No, that's it. We covered everything.
I don't think we covered much. Wasn't a whole lot today, huh?
I mean, we covered a lot in the Peters report on yesterday and the Substack and your report.
Right. Now you read. Did you read?
Yeah, I read it last night.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys don't know, and I won't play it because I know it's weird hearing your own voice at first. You have an option to choose a voice. We should do. Is there a way I can do it too, and they can pick either one?
I don't know. It only lets you have one voice over.
Because that would be cool. If we kept track, we could have a competition.
Yeah, we could, but it only lets you have.
Right, one.
Yeah.
Oh, Sosta said she would love to read it. Uh-huh.
Who's that?
She's saying she wanted to read it.
Who?
We have to decide how to pronounce her name.
Oh yeah, Sonia. She could read it.
Could she? Do we know that for sure?
I have faith in her that she can read.
I'm teasing. Yeah. Dylan says thanks to Fed meeting is the 17th and the 18th. Hey, Dylan, reach out to me, man. They were telling me do a video or something. Maybe come on, we can talk about police work and finances and how
Mindset.
cops need to get their shit together. What do you think?
Yeah, it could be a good one. I'm waiting for it.
Sunday letter right there. I was gonna text it later today too.
Yeah, you should.
It's a pretty good one. I'd really enjoyed the stage 3 letter.
Yeah, Sonia speaks 4 languages, so
I know.
you need different translations.
Figured as much.
Ethan just bought 100 shares of PSEC. I just bought 50.
Yeah, I bought 30 or 40 earlier. How many shares do you have? I'm at 15.
I got 2,000 now.
Damn.
Yeah, I bought 50 to
They're
get me to.
a dividend cut.
Really? That's what I heard you say that before. Yeah, I just bought 50 to round it to 2,000 shares. Would they completely cut their dividend?
No. They're just they might cut it back. That's
It's
usually It stays
It's
down
my
there.
fourth position.
Right. So far, that's always worked out.
Yeah.
They may not. It may be great, and then everything runs and it's back to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it ends up being a great position. I love the board look here.
Yeah, it looks great.
Looks like a lot going on, huh?
Yeah, you gotta read it all.
To understand it, yeah. I was trying to
Yeah.
explain it to someone yesterday, and it's very difficult to explain to
See, like
someone.
we put Exxon and Tree, and today Exxon broke out.
And Tree, or Tree's about to.
Yeah.
Probably will by the end of the day. How about that? That's cool, huh?
And we put a little Bitcoin. We put a Bitcoin. If we will see in Bitcoin, we'll see if it breaks out. It broke out.
Let's see. Yeah, we're
I
long
was
big.
I was reading Ethan's Bitcoin report, and he put like a graph of the companies that own the most Bitcoin, and GameStop was on there.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the things we were going to start tracking is companies that own the most Bitcoin.
He had put a graph, and I saw GameStop was included.
And then maybe maintaining a list of the top 10 stocks related to Bitcoin in some way.
That's a good idea. So like our crypto the MFG crypto stock portfolio.
And in a lot of different ways, right? You could have the miners. We could also track the what is it? The IW. What is that one? The IWC.
The WGMI. Yeah, that one took off last week with CLSK.
Right. And yeah. So
Obviously MicroStrategy.
MicroStrategy. There's a couple others. I don't want to put everything. I have zero interest in tracking other coins.
Yeah, MicroStrategy is just entered a stage 2 breakout. Price is above green line.
Price is above green line.
And for MSTR?
Right. Price is above green line. Let's see. If you haven't seen it, let's see.
Expects to raise nearly $1 billion from the IPO of preferred stock that pays a 10% yield. The company plans to use the proceeds for general corporate purposes, including buying more Bitcoin. Joining us now is Michael Saylor, strategy executive chairman. You've described some of these moves, these financial moves before to us, Michael. Is this more of the same, or is there anything unique or different about this round?
You know,
Bitcoin Orange.
We've done 3 IPOs of preferred stocks in the past 6 months. Strike was our first convertible preferred, and that was up 29%, while all the other preferreds were down 6%. Strife.
What they're doing, they launched like these preferred shares, right? And if you buy these shares, you get paid an annual 10% dividend. I assume they're paying it either quarterly or monthly. But then they're taking all the money from the sale of those shares and buying Bitcoin. So he's got to cover that 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And he says they can do it easily because they're figuring Bitcoin will earn 30% plus a year for the next 27 years.
Wow.
He goes on talking about it. How the fuck he could be that certain or know that? I don't know. I mean, it blows my mind that they would pay out 10% when I think the long-term plan is they're going to start lending their Bitcoin in some sort of banking thing.
Because they're going to have so much Bitcoin, people are going to be.
I mean, I guess I don't understand how you come out on top if you own all the Bitcoin. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And there's obviously more people that own it, but this strategy, is my understanding they're changing the name to Strategy. MicroStrategy is changing their name to Strategy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Right. And now they're having to sell preferred shares and offer a dividend on them to get money to buy things. What do you think about the Bitcoin-backed loans, GP? I've already used them over at Coinbase, man. You can borrow now against your Bitcoin at Coinbase.
Yeah. They had you were able to do that a while ago, and they stopped it.
They stopped it. So what you could do is take all your Bitcoin, convert all your shit coins, and put them all into Bitcoin, and then borrow against it and put it in your SIST account.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to keep your Bitcoin, and you get the cash to put into the second income stream.
It's that easy.
That easy. And then just hope we don't have a massive crash. I think my liquidation price was if Bitcoin falls to 48,000, I got a problem. Other than that, no problem.
Because you'll owe more than it's worth.
You want to borrow 5,000, you got to put up like 10,000 collateral.
Yeah.
So, but you get to keep your fucking thing, you know. And I had one idea.
Yeah.
I would borrow against my Bitcoin, send it to M1 Finance, buy Bitto, then turn right around and borrow against Bitto to buy a shit ton more Bitto or to buy more Bitcoin, which then you can turn around and borrow against that to buy more Bitto, which then you can borrow against Bitto to buy more Bitto. You just keep doing that.
Yeah, you keep recycling through it.
Yes. And then you kind of pause for a minute, let prices hopefully go up, collect some dividends, and either buy more shares, more Bitcoin, or pay down your loan. But you're only paying interest, so I wouldn't be in a big rush.
Right.
Yeah. So some people guys blew their mind. They could have 20,000 in Bitcoin sitting there. They could take the Bitcoin, borrow 10 out of it, put 10 in there, you know, and now we can borrow against the 10 to turn the 10 into 15 or 20. And now instead of having, you know, now we have both things going and we're collecting passive income. Or don't
do nothing.
Do nothing.
Just keep driving to New Orleans from the country.
Just don't do nothing. Don't even try.
You can't get Kyle on it at all. What's his name, Kyle?
No.
Drew.
I've been wallowing in my own confusion, insecure delusions, but